So if you're getting here now, I am Clay Souza. I'm a wedding and portrait photographer in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. And every Monday and Wednesday, we are here at Clay Souza Official to talk about photography. We talk about posing, we talk about directing, we talk about lighting, and we talk about posing, lighting, directing, and composition. The three pillars of photography, right? Awesome photography: composition, lighting, and posing. And posing goes hand to hand with directing, so that's why I bundle them sometimes together, sometimes separate them. And yes, different connections. That is the answer. That's why posing groups is not different. Is not the same as posing families. It's very different. Tonight I'm going to bring you Mark saying family has a much easier and emotional connection to each other, easier for them to connect with each other, more natural. I have agreed with you on that one, Mark, because not all families are that easy. So but yes, you're in the right path. It's the connection. It's all about the connection. So, and the way you pose, the way you direct is different. And tonight I want to take an approach of a little bit more of the whole photo shoot, how to run a photo shoot, because there's a lot to it. I have a whole page of notes, and I have a bunch of images that I'm going to show you and tell you what's happening on those images, how we approach it, and of course we're going to talk about posing, what you want to do with posing, especially posing families. Okay, so I think I'm the type of guy who I like to be prepared for when I go to a photo shoot, right? I don't like walking blind into a photo shoot. So I am always trying to prepare as much as I can. So, and I set up this live tonight, like before the shooting, the photo shoot, and after the shooting. What happens, actually not after the shooting, towards the end of the photo shoot, okay? So, this is what I want to tell you guys. So before you start, you need to know what you get yourself into. Okay, what do I mean by that? So learn people's story. Why do they want to do this photo shoot? What's important to them? I mean, some people may be going through a hard time in life. We don't know. We don't know what the stories are. So you don't need to know the story. Just ask them overall, why are you doing this? Okay, because this is going to help you to guide you and help you to figure out which image you need to get. All right, that's one of the questions. I mean, do they have kids? Yes. How many kids? How many kids you got? Don't be surprised thinking it's like one kid and then you have 5 kids to manage. Okay, if you shoot families, you know how hard sometimes to manage some kids. A crucial question: how are the kids? Are they hyperactive kids? Are they shy kids? Will they cooperate when we're shooting or not? So go prepared. They're gonna give you, mom and dad's gonna give you a good profile of the kids, which one you need to rely on to try to help you during the photo shoot. All right, so how are the kids? How many kids? Are they hyperactive? Are they shy? Will they cooperate? That type of questions will help you to kind of predict what's going to happen in the session and be prepared. Okay, so if there's one advice that I can give you right now, because you have this happen a few times and we learn with our mistakes, it's like, do not tell mom not to buy new shoes for the kids before the photo shoot. You know what's going to happen? What's going to happen is that the shoe is going to bother them, it's going to hurt their feet, and they're going to be annoyed throughout the photo shoot. No new shoes. I mean, there is something, it's small like that, but makes a huge difference. Okay, so these are the things that you need to know before the photo shoot. So this goes when you're doing a consultation, you asking questions and things like that. All right, and then we get to the photo shoot. Okay, where do you start? How does this go? How do you get the kids to cooperate? Which ones you can rely on to help you with the other ones? All right, so I'm going to assume here family, mom and dad, or 2 moms or 2 dads and 3 kids to start with. All right, family of 5, let's say, for now. Okay, and because I have a few images that I want to show you, I want to share with you. All right, so on the very beginning, the way I do my family shoots, the very beginning, the kids are shy to you, and that you have to take that to use that to your advantage. The way I do this, I always start with the posed images on the very beginning, when kids are still shy to me, they haven't opened up to me. All right, so that's when I'm using flash. I'm using flash. I'm posing them. As I go, I start talking to them. Right, I talk to them. I start to get a little bit of a sense of who is who here on that photo shoot. I have like conversations with them. I ask them stuff. How is school? And what do you like about this? What you don't like about this? This type of stuff. So some of them will open up to you. So you kind of figure out which one's the shyest one, which one's the more open one. That type of stuff. Okay, so use the shyness, the closeness in the beginning in your favor, and start with the posed images. Start guiding them throughout the whole thing. Okay, and one of the things when I'm posing kids, I try not to be very picky about stuff, right? Because if you get to be picky, what happens to kids is this. They're going to shoot. They're going to cooperate as much as they want, as long as they want. When they say no, it's done, it is done. They're not going to do anything for you. Okay? So, in that case, I start from the beginning where they still have energy, so things are still fresh, to guarantee some good image right off the bat. All right? So, you need to move fast. You need to make it dynamic. You need to make it fun for them. So, another thing is, watch your angles. It's a small kid. You're not shooting from above, right? Remember, everything that's closer to the camera looks much bigger. If you shoot a kid from above, the head's going to look much bigger than the body, especially if you're using a wide angle lens. That's going to exaggerate even more. Go down at the kid's level or lower to make the kid look a little bit taller than what he or she is. Do not shoot at your eye level. Shoot at the kid's eye level at least. So watch your angles. That's very, very, very important. So in the beginning, if needed, use flash. This is the time for you to get those images that's going to guarantee the sale, right? The posed image where they are still cold to you, they haven't opened up yet, they're not wild yet, okay? Because you can always expect that they're going to get wild at some point. Maybe not, maybe they will not, but you can always expect that, okay? And interact with the kids, talk to them, ask questions, ask questions about the day, ask questions about school, ask questions about food, about clothing. Create some rapport with them. Go through and talk to them during the photo shoot. You're shooting and you talk. You're shooting and you talk. They're going to get more comfortable to you when you get to the second part of this live. You're going to see why. Okay. If you're shooting a kid that's really, yes, that's a good. And learn and know their names. Call them by their names. That's a good suggestion. Yes. If you shoot like small, very young kids, have a squeaky toy. Go to the dollar store, buy a squeaky toy, and have this in your hand. All right. So it's squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. They're looking at the camera when you shooting. Otherwise, you're going to be looking all over but the camera. And buy something cheap at the dollar store, and at the end of the shoot, just gift the toy to the kid. I mean, this is just something nice to do. I'm always trying to be nice to people as much as I can. All right. So parents, if you know when you're shooting, maybe sometimes they have the grandma in there, both parents in there. They have family others, and they start calling the kid's name. The kid is small. They're on the lap. Mom and dad are holding them. So so they're calling kids from the side. Get get the parent that's calling the kid to go behind you, right behind you. That way the kid's going to be looking at the camera on the picture, okay, not to the sides, because they're going to keep calling and the kid's going to get distracted. So avoid distractions as much as you can. Get them behind you. It's the same thing happens if you're shooting animals, a dog for instance. That's the same thing. Put the person right behind you, so the kid will look to the person. Is going to look like the kid is looking at the camera. Okay, so let's start talking a little bit about posing. Every time I'm photographing family, I'm photographing groups, but especially families. Okay, I'm always thinking triangles. All right, let me start sharing some images with you here to illustrate what I'm talking about. So let me see which one I'm going to start with. Oh, I don't have the image. I can't believe I didn't do that. Okay, let's start with this one here. That image is a very special image to me because this is a family of friends. They were the first people that we met here when we moved from New York to North Carolina. They're very, very good friends of ours. We keep in touch. We in each other's house like very frequently. And they asked us to do family portraits for them, and we create that picture, right? So let's break down that picture pretty much, okay? And also this image is important to me because this image was taken in 2015, I believe, and was the very first time that I tried that low angle that you guys see me shooting a lot today. That was the very first picture that I tried, going down to the ground, laying down and taking that shot on that level. And I was really happy when I looked on the back of the camera with what we got. And that became a little bit, not much, but a little bit of my signature shot, because I do this a lot when I'm shooting. So let's look at that picture there and see why it's posed that way. Okay, so you can see they are staggered. All right, first thing, they're staggered. Okay, then the way when you look at that many people, you may be thinking, where do I start? Okay, I always start with mom. Mom is the anchor. Mom is usually on the very center or a little bit to the side, just like in this picture right now. She's a little bit to the side. The first one to go to get posed is mom, and then dad, and then you build around them with everybody. All right, so for family pictures, mom is the anchor. Always start with her, then dad, and then the kids around them. And as I go posing, as I go putting them together, I'm looking at triangles. All right, can you tell me how many triangles you see on that picture? All right, so there's do you guys see what I'm talking about, triangles? So if you can see triangles there, please hit that heart button there. Let me see how many people can see the triangles on that image there for me, please. Good there, just hit that heart button there, and let's see how many people can see the triangles there, because I want to make sure that you guys see the same things that I'm seeing. All right, so nobody's seeing triangle. Oh, there you go. It's gonna come a little bit. Ray say in their arms and legs. Exactly, that's one of them. What else? What else do you guys see triangles? All right, oh yeah, good hearts. Yeah. Keep hitting that heart. You can see triangles, because I'm going to show you where the triangles are, and I'm going to show you sometimes you're not going to see them, but they are there. Because why triangles? Triangles are pleasant to the eye, right? So I'm trying to create triangles as much as I can. All right. So let me change this picture for. Oops, I just stopped sharing. I changed this one for this one. Now you can see the triangles. Look how many triangles there. Exactly, Alex. The whole pose is a big triangle, the red triangle there. But look at the white triangle, right? Look at the green triangle. Look at the purple. Look at the blue triangle that's being made by her arm position, all right? And there's more. If you look down at the girl with the with the blue triangle on her arm. Look at her leg. Her leg is also making a triangle. Look at her sister behind her, a little bit of triangle there. All right. So this is what I'm talking about when I say create triangles. Okay. You always trying to overlap them. Okay. I really do not like the entire when you line up everybody to photograph. I do not like that. The only time I do that when I'm doing the walking shot. Otherwise, if there's like a lot of people, I'm always layering them because that helps me to see my triangles. When you put everybody side by side, it's hard to create triangles. Okay, and those triangles, they don't need to be only when you're sitting. Let me show you this other picture here that I also have triangles here. This one is standing. Look at those triangles. All right, even on the pose, look at the little boy on the left. He has a dark red triangle. Look at his pose. He's creating triangle there. Look at the girl's hands. Okay, this is posed. Okay, this is intentional, right? Look at both mom's position in relationship to the taller boy. All right, in relationship to the girl, in relationship to the kid. So we create all those triangles. There is one thing on that picture. There's one little thing that could have made that picture better. Besides removing that whatever switch you have on the wall there. I just saw it now. Yeah, but forget the switch, not the switch. What could I have done to make that picture even better? I've talked about this. I think I talked about this before. It's a little detail on that picture that really caught my eye when I opened this picture to create the triangles. What do you think it is? Can you see it? Anybody? To make that picture a little bit better, a little bit more connected, look at the mom on the far right. Look at her head. Her head is tilted away from the other mom. So she should be tilting her head towards the other mom, and the other mom should be tilting her head a little bit towards her. That creates a little bit more connection. Okay? Boy on the ledge, back's a bit more close to those behind. I agree with that. Also, he's a little bit disconnected there. That could be better. But the one I'm talking about is the tilt of the head of the mom that is standing there on the far right. She's tilting her head away from the other mom. But again, this is happening live at the time. 3 kids, you have to coordinate all of that, pose all of this, make them look natural, all of that stuff. Sometimes those things just slip away, right? And that's a minor price to pay. But the point of this picture is to see how we create triangles. We create triangles all over. As much as we can, we create triangles. Okay? Does that help? Is this something that you guys think is interesting? It is a important. Let me share this other image here with you, which is not there's no triangle lined up there, but it's a whole triangle there. You can see the triangles right there. What did you use to what lens did you use to get the bokeh but be so crisp? That was shot with my 7200. Hold on a second. I don't think it was the 7200. This session has been a few years back. I think it was the 2470, because I remember 7200 would put me too far away from the kids. Would be hard to, because you guys know me. I would walk all the way back there and zoom all the way in and get to get the compression. I think it was a 2470. Okay, and the way it's crisp is probably like f4 or f5.6, but they're far from the background, then we can blur the background. Okay, guys, one thing about the background blurring, it doesn't need to be 2.8 or wide open all the time. If the background is really far, you can shoot at f4 and still get crispy subject, and blurry the background. For instance, this image, for instance, here that you're seeing right now, this was shot at 2.8. This was the 7-200. I walked back, laid down on the ground, zoomed in. I was probably at f4 in there, but still get a good bokeh because the background is far away from them. All right, you see the big triangle there. I have like oh my goodness, how many triangles we have? 1, have 2, we have 3, we have 4. I can see 4 triangles here, plus the arms, plus the legs, plus everything else. There's a lot of triangles there. Okay, so keep that in mind when you are shooting. So you want triangles. Okay, another thing that you want to do on the photo shoot, once you control the chaos in the beginning. All right, so you have all your pose shots, you have everything, and always remember, kids want to be kids. Kids are kids. They have to behave as kids. So you can't really, you shouldn't be posing all the time and everything, because that is not gonna look natural. All right, so what I do, I try to create the triangles. I try to avoid the lineups, everybody side by side, unless they are walking, right? And I always start with mom. Mom is the anchor, and I know I said this already, I'm gonna reinforce this. Mom is anchor. You start, because you had like 5 people, and then you go, oh my god, where do I start, right? Kids are usually the last ones to be shot, to be posed. So mom is the anchor. Position the mom, position that, and that point start thinking about triangles. How I'm going to bring the kids in to create triangles. All right. So and then you shoot your formals, your posed ones, and then I always do a walking shot, right? I always do a walking shot just like that one. Okay, so for walking shots, the way you do this, you go there. If you go there and say, you go there and just walk towards me, they're going to walk towards you looking at the camera, and that's not what you want. What you really want is a natural walk, as if the camera wasn't there. Okay, so the way I do this, I go to mom and say, mom, we gathered all them, we're going to do a walking shot towards the camera, but I don't want you to look at the camera. So the way it's going to work is like, it's a slow walk. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that's exactly how I talk to them. I'm counting and I'm snapping my fingers, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, to give them some type of cadence, and they can walk towards the camera that way. Okay, and I tell the kids, don't look at the camera all the time. Look to the sides, look at each other, crack a joke, talk, smile, laugh, right? Have fun with this. And usually sometimes I do this twice to make sure I get everybody with good expressions and that type of stuff. Now we're getting into we start to build a little bit of the chaos. Remember, we start to build a little bit of the chaos. Remember that we started with control the chaos, right? Control the chaos, because you need to control the chaos to get the pictures that are solid, posed. All right, you never know what mama will want. She may want to pose pictures to put on the wall. She may want to pose pictures to put in the album. She may want like candid pictures. So you have to do both. Don't go only posed and don't go only chaos. You need to split this in half. All right, so then at that point I'm starting to let the chaos. At that point, remember that I've been talking to the kids from the very beginning, so they are already warming up to me. So I know their names, I know what they do, I know school stuff and things like that. Now I'm starting to play around with this, right? I'm starting to go, okay, whatever happens now. At that point, I look at the camera, I'm happy with my formals, with my quote-unquote formals, with the posed ones. Now I'm going to go for it. I'm probably going to turn the flash off at that point and just get what I get, right? And I will get now, at that point, I will get kids to be kids, to walk around, to have fun. One thing that I jumped, always do individual shots of the kids also, right? Do them individually and do group shots only of the kids, just like that one that you're seeing right now. Okay, So do individuals of each of the kid, each of the parents which with each of the kids. Because guys, I mean, let's be honest here. 50% of the weddings in this, of the marriage in this country end up in divorce, right? So you want single pictures of each parent with each kid, and single picture of one parent with all the kids. You never know what's going to happen. All right, so don't shoot everything together all the time. You should, of course, you're going to do a lot of them together, but do at least one or two of the kids by themselves, of the kids together, just the kids, all the kids and mom, all the kids and dad, and which parent individually with one of them. You preparing yourself, you setting yourself for a good sale at the end of the shoot. All right, so at that point now, I am getting the kids to open up to me and start fun. One of the things that I always ask also when you get a kid like this, like Josh, for instance, he's a grown-up kid, right? He's not so small, really into technology, and moms tend to say, I'm not bringing technology. No. I always tell them, bring an iPad, bring a game, bring something that they enjoy doing, because that's the leverage I get on them. And this is what I mean. If I get there and the kid like doesn't want to cooperate, or if it's a shoot that take long, for like this shoot, for instance, right? So they hired us to go all the way to Charleston. It was the first time I went to Charleston, actually, to spend the day with them photographing the whole family. We spent the whole day. We got there like before lunch, and we finished at 7 at night. And all we did was walk around town to photograph. The kid of that age, he was not going to handle all of that photo shoot, right? At some point, he's going to get tired. This is when I have that conversation, if they understand at that point already, that if they're in an age that they understand the problem, I get into that conversation with them. I tell them, hey, mom brought your iPad, and I'm going to do a deal with you here. I'm going to pose everybody, and I'm going to call you, and you come, you sit down, I take a picture of you, and then you grab your iPad and go. Okay, deal? So that way, we're going to walk through this fast. We're going to be done in a really fast, and you're not even going to see it. I'll tell you, 100% of the time they say, okay, I can do that. All right? So, and that's what I do. But at the same time, go there, I pose mom and dad. All right, I pose the family, and I leave the spot for the kid, and I call the kid. At that point, I know the name. Josh, come over here. Just go there and do this for me. He drops the iPad. He goes there, does his thing, and he runs back. Okay, we're done. Go back, go back, man. Go back to your game. So he goes back to his game. So when he goes back to the game, when he grabs the iPad, I turn around and take a shot. And that is a shot that wasn't posed. The shot that you're seeing right now, it's not posed. I took like 1, 2, 3 shots. He was looking at the iPad playing. I took 1, 2, 3 shots. I looked, this is really cool scene, and I call his name Josh. He looked at me, boom, I took a shot, turn around and move on. Didn't even talk to him. He's probably like, what happened, right? So, and then we got that shot that we're looking at now. Okay, so is this being helpful, guys? If it is being helpful to you, hit that heart there for us, and let us know if I'm going in the right direction with you, and let's keep moving on. Okay, so that's something that I do also with the kids, playing to get the kids to get involved. Okay, thank you, all of that good stuff. All right, and then towards the end, we start creating the chaos. So what does that mean? That means that I look at the kids and say, hey, we're going to put your parents right here in the middle, and you guys are going to run around them. And you're going to touch the parents, right? But you cannot let the parent touch you. You're going to touch mom, but you're not can let mom touch you. Okay? So then we do this. This is the shot that we get. Now we get a real reaction. The kids are having fun because this is towards the end. They are already tired. But when you start get them playing, they don't care. They will run. They will run. Now, what I want to call your attention to is look at the kid to the far right. He's the I think that he's the youngest one there. To the far right. See, he has only one shoe on his foot. You see that? Right? Did you notice that? He has only one shoe. Why? That's when I learned that the new shoes shouldn't be on a photo shoot, because this is exactly what happened. He started getting like, they went through a box of band-aids, because every time he complained, they put a band-aid on it. It would take like 5 minutes. He would lose the band-aid. They would put another one. They went through a whole box. And when you got that point, I said, just let it go. He's going to be barefoot. So just let it go. To know what I did? I grabbed his shoe, and I did a game with this. I did a shoe game for kids, right? Exactly. So what I did was I started throwing the shoe. I would grab the shoe and start throwing it. I threw the shoe far away, and he would chase the shoe and come back and bring it back to me. Right? It's simple like that. And we got one of the shots that we got. Unfortunately, I cut off his right hand, but this is what we got. Look, and then I told him so because he didn't want the older ones had already stopped chasing the shoe. He would not stop. He was just like, he was having so much fun with it. So I brought him close, because now at that point I wanted to do something else, because I have like 500 pictures of them chasing the shoe. And I said, okay, throw the shoe up. And so he threw it up, and I told Mom and Dad, so when he throws it up, I want everybody looking at the shoe, all right? So, and this is what happened right there. We got that shot there. Okay, Instagram is cropping a little bit more. I have more of the picture. I don't know if you can see the shoe or not, but the shoe is flying in the air there. So the little girl didn't look at me, but it's still a cute, beautiful moment, all right? This is the chaos that I'm talking about. End with a chaos. End of them chasing each other. End with some kind of hyper energy game, high energy game where they can finish with a bang. You want to finish with a bang, okay? And this is how we usually run those sessions, all right? So like a lot of energy, a lot of things happen at the same time. I want to bring you guys another picture, which I'm going to talk about something different here. I'm going to talk about, I want to bring you guys this picture here. Let me show you this picture. This one. Look at this picture. This was a session. This session was quite interesting, actually. I will tell you this. This session, I went in the water. I asked Mom and Dad, is it okay if we go in the water? They said, totally fine. They were having a blast. I went in the water with them, and they were like playing with the water. They were like, you know, they have little tools. They were like digging sand down to, this is a Jordan Lake. They're digging sand. I'm like, I take shots. I'm like, we're missing something. I start kicking the water on them. The little one there in a red shirt, I kicked the first time. He was squatting and like digging sand, and I kicked him the first time. He looks at me, and went back kicking, and I kicked it again. And I told him, I bet you can kick the water back to me. And he went back and boom, and he kicked it, and I kicked it, and I kicked it. So we start that thing, and I'm shooting, I'm kicking the water and shooting, right? And then the other two ones join in. They want to get me wet. I want to get them wet. I want to do the game with them, right? And we shot a lot. We shot like a lot of pictures. And then they start kicking water on each other. All right, that type of stuff. And then that small one there start jumping in and literally land his ass in the water, right? And having this great time, and have a bunch of pictures like that. Why did I bring that picture? This is something that I want to talk to you about that's different from the topic today, but that is perfect. The mom contacted us. We replied to her. And so Danny is doing all the conversation. I don't know what's going on. And then Danny said, well, we have this family to shoot. It's going to be at Jordan Lake, and they have 3 kids. I was like, at Jordan Lake with 3 kids? I mean, where at Jordan Lake? There's nothing there to shoot. What am I going to do? She said she wants the picture of Jordan Lake. I said, okay, I don't know what I'm going to do, but let's go there, right? So I was really not really hyped, for the photo shoot, really, right? And so we got there. We waiting on them. I'm scouting locations. What I'm gonna do here and there. There was some slides, some little park there and stuff. So, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna do there. Really not really hyped. Really like, okay, I have like half of it planned and said, let's see what happens here. I don't know where the kids are, that type of stuff. When they arrive in this pickup truck, and they come down with two like battery power ATVs. These kids, the one in orange shirt, the one in red shirt, right? Sunglasses. They jump out of the car, sunglasses. High five. I was like, oh boy, this is gonna be fun, right? So I felt the kid energy right there, right? They jump on this ATV and they start riding around just like wild, totally wild, right? Like no stop. I got my camera and start put it like on burst mode and it's like tack, just going on and on and on, shooting, and the energy is high and the kids don't stop. They were like crazy. The girl was jumping right into the ATV with them and riding ATV with them, and they were doing all kinds of. I didn't have to stop them for nothing. We did some, so we start totally different. So we start with the high energy shots because they were already high energy. I didn't want to kill it there right away, right? So I got a bunch of cool shots of them, on a lime green ATV with the red shirt and sunglasses and chasing each other throughout the park and all that stuff, right? Mom and dad just watching and laughing and that type of stuff. Okay, and then we went to, I did a bunch of those. Then I went into a little bit more pokes and type of stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then went into the water. We finished the session, right? We finished the session. I was really happy what I got, blah, blah, blah. So they go home, all that type of stuff. And then we call them for the IPS, the in-person sales, right? Like we do with every client. And in talking, now listen, this is the important part of the whole thing. In talking to mom, she said, I want to thank you guys. I mean, you guys did an amazing job with the kids, but I want to thank you for replying to me. And I was like, what do you mean? She said, I reached out for 4 photographers and nobody got back to me. Nobody got back to me. I said, oh, I'm sorry. I mean, yeah. And she is like, yeah, I'm so glad I found you. I love what you did. Can't wait to see the images. So we show the slideshow, we show everything. Guess what? At the end of the IPS, she purchased 6 24 by 36 metal prints. I'm going to say this again. 6 24 by 36 metal prints. They had just moved to a brand new house and the walls were all blank. She said, I want to decorate with my kids' pictures, to the family pictures. So it was a sale of 6 24 by 36 metal prints. And 4 other photographers passed on that family. Okay, so this is to tell you, never really underestimate the power of photography. This is power stuff. What we have in our hands, if we do it correctly, if we do it well, if we do what we know how to do well, it's very powerful. Because those memories that she has, those kids are growing. Guys, if you buy a car, if you buy a motorcycle, it depreciates. When you buy photography, photography doesn't depreciate. It's the other way. It increases in value because those kids are growing. They're growing. Those moments are not going to come back anymore. And she's going to look at those 6 24 by 36 metal on her wall. She's going on her wall. She's going to remember that day. Not only remember the day, but remember how she felt with the kids, seeing her kids having so much fun at it. She was so into the kids that she didn't want pictures of her husband. I had to convince her to do like family all together pictures. She just wanted me to go there and keep playing with the kids and photographing. But I ended up convincing them to, let's do a few of you guys all together. All right. So that's the power of photography. This is how I run my family sessions. Okay. I try to make it fun for the kids. I try to make it as much fun as for everybody. All right. And it's on you to make it happen, guys. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope, yeah, there was 4 kids. That's a good point. And there's a baby one. There's a baby. It was show like a baby, tiny baby. So we also shot the baby. Yeah. Yeah, they call the little one. Yeah. I think that's all I have for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this, hit that heart button there. If you learned something new, hit that heart button there for me to know I'm on the right track. And I really appreciate you guys being here, listening to me every Monday and Wednesday. And I hope this helps you. And if you have questions, do not hesitate to get in touch with me. Send me a DM, ask on our channel. Thanks, Alex. Guys, this is the season for family photography. This is the season for family photography. Just apply this and believe on the IPS, believe on the power of photography. Because when you believe in it, if you keep pushing, you keep working, amazing things happen. All right. So closing up. If you're watching this right now, I'm Clay Souza. I'm a wedding portrait photographer in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and you watch our live broadcast, which we go live every Monday and Wednesday at 8:08 p.m. Eastern Time on our Instagram at claysouzaofficial. So we have our Instagram feed, we have our YouTube channel, we have our Facebook page. All are Clay Souza Official. So these lives are going to be available on our Instagram, YouTube, also in a few minutes, so you guys can rewatch it and share it with your friends. And if you're enjoying what we're doing here every Monday and Wednesday, tell your friends. Let's bring some people over, right? There's some good information that we provide here for free, even better. All right. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Thank you guys for interaction. I loved it. And I'll see you next week. Keep watching the feed because there's a bunch of stuff that I need to post this week that's going to be important to your business. All right. Have a good night. Enjoy the night. And I'll see you on Monday. Bye.